for clicking on this video. You are amazing. Today we're answering the important questions of what is the greatest fast food chicken that's fried available on the market. You can see the options here below, and we're going to put them all in a tier list. Some of these I haven't had before, and some I haven't heard of. Very few I haven't heard of, so we're going to put in that bottom tier. But getting straight into it, I'm going to start, just to keep you guys guessing, with Bojangles. And this is going to go straight into B tier. I think Bojangles is pretty good. I remember it being very greasy. I spent a lot of time in North Carolina, and there are Bojangles everywhere in North Carolina. But if I was wanting that type of food, I would probably go to Popeyes instead. I do think Bojangles is cheaper, and I think that their breakfast biscuits are actually pretty good from what I remember. But I think B tier is where it's going to land for me. Then we'll follow it up with a Midwestern favorite, Culver's. This is going to get me a lot of pushback probably, but Culver's is going to go into D tier for me. I know a lot of people really like their food. I believe they have burgers as well, more than just chicken tenders, but I remember thinking they were very bad. Like, the breading was something you'd find in a school cafeteria. The food didn't taste fresh at all. They weren't really crispy either, in my opinion. So I think D tier is where Culver's is going to go for me. I've only gone, I think, once or twice, and I don't really plan on going back. So there you go. Then we're going to do Buffalo Wild Wings next. I think that their sauces and amounts of flavors for their chicken wings has to be respected. It's a massive chain, obviously, so we're not that interested in that aspect of it, but you do have to give respect. I think very rarely are you let down with the Buffalo Wild Wings food experience. It's going to go A tier for me. I think that the atmosphere is normally fun in the restaurant. I know we're only talking about fried chicken, but including everything, I think that Buffalo Wild Wings goes into A tier. It's good food with lots of sauce and flavor options. Next, we're going to do Cane's. And this is one that, oh, there goes my fiance Hannah in the back. Cane's is one I really like. I think that it's either A or S tier, and I'm going to put it in, let's do S. Let's do S for now. Cane's I had for the first time, I think about a year ago. They have one now in my city of Nashville, and I believe it started in Louisiana. Very good fried chicken tender. You have to respect the years that they've put into this recipe, and in terms of fast food tenders, it's probably one of the best places you'll find. Is it something that I actively seek out as my number one option? No, but there's not many locations near me, like I said before, so I'm going to put it in S tier. I think it's fantastic, but I wish that there was more available closer to me. Arby's, I've been to Arby's before. I haven't had their fried chicken, though. I have not, so I'm going to put it in never heard of. Love the fries, and they also have all the sauces in the restaurant. That's great, but never had their fried chicken. Same thing with Burger King. I've been there. Haven't been to Burger King in like 10 years, but never had their fried chicken. Same thing with Applebee's, but Chili's I have had. And I'm going to put Chili's in B tier. I think when you talk about the tenders that they have available, I know they have sizzling honey, sweet honey chipotle tenders at Chili's. Those are fire. But their regular ones I don't love as much. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I'm putting it right in the middle. Church's Chicken next. We're going to put Church's. I think this is hard. It's not S tier and it's not D tier. It's in the middle. I think it's going to be B tier for me as well. Church's is fairly priced, but I don't think that I get the best experience when I go. For a lot of reasons, it tastes very greasy, like almost every aspect of the piece of chicken. And for those reasons, it's going to be in B tier for me. Not the worst, not the best. Denny's, I did not know. I didn't know, truthfully, that they make fried chicken. I think I've only been there for breakfast. Dairy Queen is going straight into D tier. Honestly, if you put Culver's chicken tenders and Dairy Queen's chicken tenders next to each other, I don't think I could tell a difference. They basically seem like the same restaurant with the same food. I know both have a huge ice cream emphasis as well. I think I'm going to put it above Culver's actually. Maybe because of nostalgic reasons. I'm from the southeast in the United States, so we have a lot more Dairy Queens than Culver's. But still, both very not good. Chick-fil-A. This is not the least probably controversial take that I have. Chick-fil-A is going straight into S tier. I know you saw the thumbnail thinking it may go somewhere else. Yeah, it's going into S for many reasons. The service is fantastic. The food is consistent. The fries are sensational. The chicken nuggets are sensational. I actually don't love their tenders as much. I think that the tenders kind of taste like the oil that they fry their food in a little bit too much for me. But I mean, I've gotten their chicken nuggets. I eat them almost like once a week, so it has to be an S tier, and it's probably going at the top of S tier. Hattie B's, a Nashville delicacy. This is one that you may not have heard of if you're not in the southeast United States, but Hattie B's is here in Nashville where I live, and they're very highly regarded as one of the best fried chicken spots that tourists and people who live here alike should go to. It's going into A tier, very good. I've recently tried the medium spice level, which is the spiciest I've tried, and it was good. I've also tried the one lower, I think is mild, and the original, and each time I go up a spice level, I like it a little bit more. I think the fries are a bit of a down point for me. If the fries were better, they could easily be an S tier, but they're very like flimsy, and I like fries to be as crisp, if not crispier, than the chicken. So that's where that's going. Hooters is probably going to go... I have been to Hooters, I think, like once or twice, and I know that they have the breaded chicken wings, which I'm not a very big fan of personally, so it's going to go into C tier. Do I think it's like god-awful? No, but I don't think it's something that I would ever seek out or go back to. So for me, it's going to go C tier. This one, it looks like Howlin' Ray's Hot Chicken. Haven't heard of it. If you've had it before, tell me where it is and if it's good, if it's worth trying. IKEA, that is hilarious. Did not even know they sold fried chicken, so they're going to go in the bottom tier as well. But again, if you've had it and it's good, let me know. Jack in the Box, we have a couple of here in Nashville. They're not everywhere, but I think I've had it once or twice a long time ago. I wasn't that big of a fan from what I remember, but I don't think it was terrible. So I'm going to put it in the bottom of C tier. Next, we have Joella's, it looks like. I haven't heard of this one, so it's going to go on the bottom. KFC, this is a powerhouse restaurant here in the fried chicken space, for sure. It's going to go straight in the middle for me. Very comparable to Church's. Maybe just a little bit better than Church's, to be honest. Greasy food, very average. They have a lot of sides, which is nice, but you don't ever feel like you need to go back straight away after eating at KFC. I think there's reasons why I haven't gone back in several years, just because there's so much better options here, and I would rather go to any of these that you see above it, and so that's why it's going to go B tier. Lee's, I haven't heard of before. Let me know if it's good. I'm going to skip around a little bit to Sonic. I think Sonic can safely go into C tier. From what I remember of their chicken, it was pretty average, pretty frozen tasting. Not much special there. Could easily go into D, but I'm going to keep it in C just in case, because I haven't had it in quite a while. Popeyes, this is a very, very established fast food fried chicken restaurant. It's going to go... I think it's going to go A tier. It's going to go bottom of A tier. We all remember the sandwich craze, how fantastic and how it swept the nation about how good people thought those sandwiches were. I'm not the biggest fan of them specifically, but the fried chicken is fantastic. Very well breaded. I do think that from what I remember, it could be improved. Like the seasoning, I don't think was the best from what I remember, but nevertheless, I think it's going in A tier. Shake Shack, have never had their fried chicken before. It's an expensive restaurant as well. I've had their burgers and don't remember thinking it was worth the price. So I'm going to put it in the bottom tier. And next we have Prince's Hot Chicken. This is probably my worst or thing I'm most embarrassed to admit on this tier list, that I've never had it, but this is a Nashville delicacy. People love Prince's here, and it was the original fried chicken on the scene here, like Nashville hot fried chicken. So it probably is in B, A, or S tier, but I have to put it in the bottom row, and that's going to be one that I'm going to visit within the next month. Very good from what I've heard. Wendy's, I don't even remember having fried chicken from Wendy's. I know actually the chicken nuggets I've had several times, but man, I mean, I haven't had it in like 10 years. From what I remember, I actually kind of like it. So for that reason, I'm going to put it at like C tier. You know, it's a every once in a while type of thing. Maybe every other restaurant is closed and Wendy's is open. You go to Wendy's, but not the best option for what they're doing, in my opinion. White Castle, we have, I think, only one location left here in Nashville. I believe that the business is getting smaller and smaller, but I haven't had it, so it's got to go in the bottom. Finishing out these last few, I'll put Slim Chickens, as haven't heard. I'll put Mother Cluckers, great name, but I haven't had it. Roscoe's I've heard of, but I haven't had it either. And these last four, I've had all of them, so let's finish this out strong. McDonald's, the only fried chicken I remember from them was the McChicken, and I remember thinking it was Mc average. I remember it tasted like frozen food and not something I would actively seek out. So I'm going to put, is it better than Culver's? It is just better than Culver's. McDonald's is just better than Culver's. It's going D tier. Whataburger, I have had their fried chicken, I believe, one time, but I remember thinking it was too expensive for what I got. So it's going to go C tier. And these two heavyweights in the fast food fried chicken space last. Wingstop, to me, is very good. I'm from Atlanta, so lemon pepper is something that is, I think, an Atlanta delicacy. They do lemon pepper very well at Wingstop. They also do lemon pepper fries, which I personally think is fantastic. So it's gonna go at the top of A tier. I think it's a little bit expensive, all things considered, but I do think it's very good. And in terms of chicken wings, either this or Buffalo Wild Wings, I don't think you can go wrong personally. But I do think I'll just give the edge to Wingstop for the lemon pepper fries that they have. Also, I think their fries taste much more fresh than Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, they're thicker cut, and their ranch with those fries, sensational. The best for last. If you know me, you know I eat at this restaurant at least once a week, probably twice a week. Zaxby's is going straight. It's not even let me do it. There it is, straight to the top of S tier. Zaxby's is phenomenal. Every time I go, the chicken itself is incredibly crispy. It's juicy. It feels like it was fried with care, with love. I am very passionate about this restaurant. If they had better fries, I think it would be the only restaurant I ever went to. And there we have it. Just a quick tier list of my opinions on fast food fried chicken. Where do you think you would change things based off of what I've put here in these rows? And out of the ones I've never tried or never heard of, what do you think I should eat next? Prince's is on my list. I'm going to go in a few weeks. I'll record a video maybe. We'll see. Who knows? But hope you enjoyed this video. Like if you made it this far in the video. Thank you so much. Subscribe. I'm going to do my best to post as often as possible. I've got plans for the next several days of posting videos, but just wanted to have a little bit of fun and talk about something I'm passionate about, fried chicken. Thank you again if you've made it this far in the video. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.